Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon and welcome. We are in the city of brotherly love, this rich fight city of Philadelphia, PA, as we inch closer to December 5, as Errol Spence Jr. defends his welterweight championship of the world against the two-division world champion, the pride and joy of Philadelphia, Danny Swift Garcia. We are currently here at Danny's gym as we get ready to watch the two-division world champion workout as he goes ahead and challenges Errol Spence on December 5 at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Limited tickets are available at SeatGeek.com, or you can watch live on PBC FOX Sports Pay-Per-View. We have a loaded card from top to bottom. Let's run down what you're going to see in about 12 days' time. You are going to see a tremendous card from top to bottom featuring Mexican and Mexican-American fighters. We'll start off a WBC featherweight title eliminator matchup as Julio Ceja will go head-to-head against Eduardo Ramirez. Then we go up to the welterweight division. This one has all the makings of being a war. Francisco Chia Santana will collide against the Riverside Rocky Josecito Lopez. Then the co-main event will feature a WBC super welterweight title eliminator matchup as you see the towering inferno, Sebastian Fundora, who stands 6 feet 6 inches tall, only 22 years of age. He will go head-to-head against the hard-hitting veteran from Mexico, Jorge Cota. Saturday, December 5th is all brought to you by DSG Promotions, Man Down Promotions, and TGB Promotions as we await the two-division world champion, Danny Swift Garcia. He is here at his gym in Philadelphia, and we are going to talk with the world champion as we break down his career and also what he's looking forward to ahead of his December 5 matchup against Errol Spence Jr. Just to give you a background on Danny Swift Garcia, he's a former unified super lightweight champion of the world with victories over the likes of Amir Khan, also Lamont Peterson. He captured a vacant welterweight title over Robert Guerrero in January of 2016 at Staples Center. Holds wins over Paulie Malignaggi, Lucas Matisse, the legend Eric Morales. He has been fighting in the upper echelon of boxing since dating back to 2012, and he's looking for his most significant win in the welterweight division on December 5. Danny Garcia is without question focused and determined. Last year, he became the first man to stop Adrian Granados in April at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. In January this year, in a stay busy fight, he handled Ivan Redkach at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The Philadelphia product is focused, determined, and ready to make an impact, and he's very proud of his Puerto Rican heritage. As we await Danny Swift Garcia, who is looking in impeccable shape, and we're going to talk with the two-division world champion in Danny Swift Garcia. Just close losses at the hands of Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, but he has looked impeccable in his most recent bouts. He has a laser left hook along with a powerful right hand. He's got dynamite in both fists, and now we have the Philadelphia product in Danny Swift Garcia, who's got his shirt off and already ready to go. And my goodness, Danny, looking in fantastic physical shape. First of all, happy early Thanksgiving to you and your family. I know you probably won't be able to enjoy it, but tell us about how you're feeling. We are just 12 days away until December 5 as you challenge Errol Spence Jr. on PBC FOX Sports Pay-Per-View.
Man, I feel great. You know, it's been a tremendous camp. It's been a long camp. You know, we put in a lot of hard work. As you can see, my body is looking like I'm 21 again, like I went through puberty again. So I feel good, you know. Thanksgiving is here. You know, I'm thankful for everything, you know, for this big fight. I'm thankful for my family, for everyone who's going to come to the fight. And my weight is good so I can eat. I'm not going to eat too much turkey. It makes you tired. But, you know, we'll probably have a little bit of chicken for me on the side.
Danny, I've seen you in various training camps over the past, I've known you for a long time. But I almost feel like you're re-energized, like you're rejuvenated. There's a hop in your step, like you're excited to come in here and train. You kind of came in here earlier and you were just like, let's get to training. Do you feel re-energized?
Yeah, I feel great. You know, this is definitely another chapter in my career. This is my chance to, you know, have a beautiful ending, you know, because this is a big fight. So a storybook ending with this victory and unify the titles again will just put me where I want to be in my career.
Is this a legacy fight for you against Errol Spence Jr. on December 5 on pay-per-view?
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a legacy fight. I feel like every fight that I fight is a legacy fight. And, you know, we put in a lot of hard work, and, you know, it's been a lot of emotion, a lot of hard work and dedication, and we're just ready to go.
All right, Danny, we're going to let you work out and get yourself set and ready to go. We are excited to watch you train here on the PBC on Fox YouTube page. Danny, we will talk with you, and we're also going to talk with your father, your illustrious trainer as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Danny Swift Garcia, who's been a gracious host. We're going to watch him work out here on the PBC on Fox YouTube page. The Philadelphia product getting ready to work out, and we're going to talk with Angel Garcia later on in the next few moments.
Can you help her? I'm wearing the black on dog. You want me to go in the bag? No.
Yeah, go in the bag.
I already did four.
Do the bag, and then we'll do the pack.
Eric, they're right there. Right there.
Top of it.
They're right there. The red. Yeah.
That was good. That'll take a toll on even everybody. Everybody in the camp gets a toll on.
Yeah.
You know, people think it's only the fighter, but it's a fatigue that sets in.
Do what, Bill?
In the camp, like, you know, people don't fail to realize how the camp don't only grind on the fighter, it grinds on the team as well. Like, everybody got a job, you know. It's like a fatigue, like an anxiety, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta be energy. You gotta be a force.
I mean, everybody on the team is extremely seasoned on the world level, but even though, he's still like, you know what I mean? Nature the beast, right?
Yeah, but everything works with the galaxy, bro. It's all your destiny.
Absolutely.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Hold on, I gotta open them more.
No, go ahead. It's in there.
You sure you want it like that?
Yeah, that's good.
It's like Berto used to say, life energy. You put your life energy into it, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's part of the galaxy. You gotta feed off the energy of the galaxy, but it's part of us humans. The galaxy is as big as the galaxy.
We're on the same page.
Right there. Flex a little bit for the people out there. Look, man, what's up with y'all? We ready too. We ready. We did this before. We ain't new at this. We ain't new at this. Look at this. Look at that. He ready too. December 5th, we coming. That's right. We coming. Hey, listen, man. 6 feet away, man. Yeah, restart that. Reset it.
We can turn on the music, right?
Well,
You guys can play music if you
can you
want.
put it low? Yeah. Put the radio.
Radio.
Yeah. You know how to hit that? I got it, bro. I got it.
Secure for us and secure for the customer to know bring your GPP to our server and get it for everyone.
You are watching the Danny Garcia workout here on the PBC on Fox YouTube page. Don't miss his welterweight unification showdown, December 5 on PBC Fox Sports Pay-Per-View. Throughout the course of the workout, you will hear from Angel Garcia, and we will go further in depth with the two-division world champion from Philadelphia, PA, Danny Swift Garcia. Again, don't miss it. 12 days away until AT&T Stadium. Spence versus Garcia on PBC Fox Sports Pay-Per-View.
Overhand. Good shit, Jack. Good. Back up top. Arriba, la derecha arriba, con culo. What's up, bro? Okay. Okay, you got military shirt on.
You looking like that? You dressed?
Risky, huh?
Ah, shit.
That's all weird shit,
Here. I know you feel it because I can hear it. Now don't lie. Old timers say cracking, that's what they mean. You get that crack. There you go.
That's all fair.
Every south on that grandmama stuck the right hand left foot. So you went in that and you say that lip on that right side. Touch that right side, it's crack. You know, four lead with the lip. You take one. Woo, there it is. Good shit. Where'd you head at for that shot? Good shit. Everyone going to combination, everyone coming out, move quickly after the last punch. Don't hesitate, hesitate to get hit. Forget you can box too. You don't come up to the market and not know what you're doing. Not America anyway. Good shit.
Flush him. Flush him up top. Overhand. Flush him up top. La nena, tenés que usarla. You don't use it at all, bro.
Guys, hide your power. Show him something, give him something else. That power underneath in front. Nice and relaxed. Relax, but alert. Get calm.
You are watching the Danny Swift Garcia workout here in his hometown of Philadelphia, PA, where we are here at his gym, as we are just 12 days away until Danny Garcia challenges Errol Spence Jr. at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Limited fans will be in attendance. You can watch it live on PBC FOX Sports Pay-Per-View. Danny Garcia, a two-division world champion, looking to hand Errol Spence the first loss of his professional career. It all comes your way on December 5 on PBC FOX Sports Pay-Per-View, brought to you by Man Down Promotions, DSG Promotions, along with TGB Promotions.
Why you keep looking at me? Don't look at me. Listen. Don't look at me. What you looking at me for?
Looking down at you, but it's two.
Don't look at me. Listen.
And the end of the football, then it was the two.
Why you looking at me? Don't look. Listen. This is all ear for sports. When you do that, you start doing that shit. And you look. Don't look.
Get some of them news.
Now the baby wants you. Okay. Okay, baby. Oh.
Pick up where you left off. Yeah, pick up where you left off. Change gears on it.
Keep that little crispy inside. Come around it with it. Crispy in front. Right? Let's go down.
Good shit. Up and down, down. Get creative. Show him something, give him something else. Good shit.
We are joined alongside by the mother of Danny Garcia as she watches her son work out. Mrs. Garcia, thank you so much for your time. Can you tell us about how proud you are of your son, the 2-division world champion from right here in Philadelphia?
Well, I'm extremely proud of him. You know, he works really hard, and being a mother of a boxer, it's extremely nerve-wracking, even though I'm really proud of him, and I wish him the best. It tears me apart to see my son box.
Now, do you attend every fight? Do you watch it at home? What is that process like for you?
I've never missed a fight. I go to all his fights, so I've been to all his fights, and it's nerve-wracking.
How is he feeling, and how is his preparation different for this fight compared to others, or is it about the same?
Danny always worked hard, so to me it's about the same, but he always try to work harder for every fight.
Now, not only do you have your son, Danny, fighting, but your husband, Angel, is his trainer. What is that balancing act like?
Well, he ain't been the trainer. I know my husband is crazy, and sometimes he get in trouble because he says what he thinks, and I think that you should not say what you think, you know what I mean? But that's Angel. He's crazy, and nobody's going to change him.
How excited are you for December 5?
I'm very excited, and I know my son is going to be victorious.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Garcia.
You're welcome.
We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Mrs. Garcia joining us. We get back to Danny's workout.
Punch over that last second. Twist. Corkscrew you punch right through his face. There you go. There you go. Woo. Like Rocky Marciano used to do, he'd hit guys in the arms, the chest, and the shoulders. He used to beat their arm to the point they couldn't use their hands no more.
Remember the word?
Look at the shot, look at the shot. Some of the body shots underneath, their rib smack. Yeah. I think he's not doing it because he don't want to let the cat out the bag. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he just, you know what I mean? Because you said don't show him what you don't want him to see.
Oh, yeah.
And Sun Tzu said in the book, The Art of War, he said all warfare is based off deception.
Yeah.
You got to deceive him. Show him something, give him something else.
Yeah,
Am I right?
You don't show everything.
Yeah, I just read that, John.
Yeah, I mean,
Time.
everything ain't for everybody. He'll see it when it means something.
Time.
Unfortunately for him, it's going to be too late. That secret all kept, right? The pirate said 3 could keep a secret, 2 is dead. Good shit. Nice and snappy. There you go. Nobody ever stuck a jab with a shot on the back. There you go. Good range. There you go. Fundamental kick right there. Good eye. Move your head, move your hand. When your feet stop moving, the head starts. When the head stop moving, the feet start. Corkscrew that joint right in. There it is. The earthquake.
You're watching the Danny Swift Garcia workout here in his hometown of Philadelphia as he's being trained by his father, Angel, the two-division world champion, just 12 days away until his welterweight pay-per-view showdown against Errol Spence Jr. at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It all comes your way on PBC FOX Sports Pay-Per-View on December 5. Going to be an incredible night of action as the welterweight championship of the world is on the line. Danny Garcia aiming to become the first man to defeat Errol Spence Jr.
Good shit. Sit down on the shot.
How you doing, sis?
Hi, Dad.
You good?
That's how you do that, champ. That's how you sit down on the shot. That's murder. I see you sitting up there driving. Oh, they rib snappers.
Come on.
That's the joint you hit a guy in the elbow and he breaks his
That
elbow.
work?
What dog?
Yes.
What dog?
This.
I don't think.
This is, I like this.
You want me?
Yeah.
Ollie.
Now, as Danny works out, we are joined alongside by his father, his lead trainer, Angel Garcia. Angel, can you tell us about how focused Danny is heading into his matchup against Errol Spence Jr.?
Listen, we had a great camp. We got 2 more Saturdays to go. We're in the ring. December 5th. Danny's 100% focused. He always been focused for every fight. It's not that we taking him lightly or taking him slightly, but we take everybody serious. All the fights Danny's had, we took everybody very seriously. We don't change nothing. We multiply. We like the baby kids. We multiply.
Now, the odds makers have Danny an underdog heading into this fight. Does that anger you, or do you guys even pay attention to that?
Well, the thing is that Danny always been underdog. Kyle was 7-1. I couldn't understand that. Matisse was like 3-1, I think, something like that. But listen, the only reason they got him probably underdog because Spence is undefeated. But that don't mean nothing. But that's okay because my friends can get rich.
Now, are you trying to have Danny start a little bit quicker in this fight compared to, the fights against Thurman and Porter? He started a little bit slower, narrow losses that he had. Are you guys wanting to start quicker?
Well, the thing is, Danny, he's always been like that since the amateur. He takes 3 rounds to warm up. But after that, we could give him the first 3. It's still not over. We got 12 rounds to work with. The thing is, when Danny, like I said before, when Danny start landing leather, will they be able to handle it? That's the issue right there. It's not about the odds and all that because they're not in the ring. You know what I mean? That's somebody behind a desk that's trying to, make money. It's okay. I understand everybody need money because I need money too. But I ain't listening to the odds because at the end of the day, hey, listen, that's where the money's at, on the odds. It's not, if the odds not against you, then people don't make money. So you want to always beat the odds.
Do you think that Danny is the hardest puncher that Errol Spence has ever faced? Because Danny has power in both ends. He demonstrated the left hook against Amir Khan, Eric Morales, and that right hand put away Adrian Granados, something that has never happened to Granados in his career.
No, you're right. Listen, when Danny, if he throws a straight right like he hit Zab Judah with, and then he throws and he hits him, he flushes him, Spence ain't getting up. Because you're right, Spence haven't been hit yet. We only know 3 fights that he had, respecting the sport of boxing, because I respect all fighters. So I don't want people to misunderstand this. I respect all fighters. If you put your life in the ring, I respect that. But at the end of the day, we know 3 names that he fought. 3 names. I mean, we got a bad decision on one of them. But everybody else, you don't know. How many of you know Danny got? That tells you everything right there.
You are very.
It's all about your resume sometimes.
You're very confident. During the virtual press conference, you said, because you're from Philadelphia, you're an Eagles fan. Obviously, Errol's from Dallas. We'll be fighting at AT&T Stadium, home of the Cowboys. You said, we're going to go and we're going to sit on their helmet.
No, we are.
What does that mean to you?
Well, we're going to do like Tio did. Remember Tio ran into the Cowboy and he stood in the... So we're not going to stand, but we're going to sit on it.
December 5, if things go your way, will this be the most satisfying victory for Danny Garcia?
Well, you know, people ask that all the time, but the thing is, Danny had tougher fights, man.
So
we already been there. We already been there. So Matisse was the boogeyman.
So you don't think that this is the toughest fight of Danny's career?
The only reason it makes it look like the best fight for his career right now because Spence's undefeated and Danny came off 2 losses with Porter and Thurman. You know what I mean? But it was politics in that. But we're not going to get it because that's the path. We're not going to cry with spilled milk. But to me, Danny already been there. Listen, Matisse was the most feared man. Listen, Kendall Hawk. Going back to Kendall Hawk. Kendall Hawk was putting people to sleep. Everybody was running from him on his prime. Khan didn't even want to fight him. And we took him and we were in the middle of the ring right there. Mano a mano right there. The way Latinos do it. And Kendall Hawk was biting down his mouthpiece, trying to stay up. And we didn't take him washed up. We took him on his prime. Matisse on his prime. Khan was already, you know, in his prime still, but we knew his chin was shady, but he was a big name. But he still could fight, though.
So if Errol Spence is watching this, what do you want to tell him?
Well, I'm going to tell Spence this. I'm going to tell this if he's watching right now. Listen, brother, I respect you as an athlete because I got to respect you. I can't bash you because the sport of boxing, I love the sport of boxing, and I hate when people put fighters down. But, brother, we in for a fight. December 5th, we fighting, brother. And I say we because I'm in there with Danny spiritually. That's the difference between me and a lot of coaches out there. We fighting you spiritually. It's 2 spirits going to fight that night. And all I want you to come out healthy and Danny come out healthy because I'm going to pray for you too, brother. That's how I play.
Angel,
December 5th, we on.
Hey, Angel, I got to ask you one last question because you are definitely a personality. You talk about the Birdman, the Birdman. Yeah. What does the Birdman mean for you, especially heading into this fight with Errol Spence?
The Birdman just somebody that's a cuckoo bird. No. The Birdman, people loved it. I came on one day with the Birdman. I did the Birdman call. Now everybody calling the Birdman.
Something to keep things light during camp, huh?
It's just to listen, it's just to have fun every day, you know what I mean?
Keep them relaxed,
listen,
right?
Man, I'm not no young boy. You know what I mean? I got to have fun, brother. You only live once. And how people are going to remember you is by your fun time. Nobody going to remember you when you was having an argument.
True.
People going to remember the good times of your life. So life is short. Life is not promised. So listen, brother, age is only but a number. I'm going to have fun all my life.
All right, Angel, thank you so much. We'll let you go work out. Danny Garcia working out here.
Nervous.
Angel Garcia, the trainer and the father of Danny Garcia.
What's that? I wanted to do, well, I wanted 4, but now we just do 6. We do 4. Do my pass.
So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna do pass.
You want to do that?
I'm gonna do pass. I'm gonna take the mask so I can't do shit with the mask. Gancho. Step. Come back, left up. Come back overhand. No, right to the left. Go. Right here. That's it, champ. Right here, champ. Gancho. Y la derecha por encima. Over, man. Over. Can you hear me? Yeah. Relax. Come on. Come back over here, bro. Con 4 más left.
Okay, I got it.
right here. Counter.
I'll block it.
Yeah, come over the top, over the hand.
Block it.
Whatever you want to do. Go.
What's someone up?
That's just like back in the day, the school and shit.
Yeah.
What? This shirt?
Yeah, the design.
That's that show, the French show?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The French, yeah.
I'm gonna drop him this off
Where?
at the mosque.
All right.
Yeah, like, oh. Slip jab right there.
We're here in Philadelphia on the PBC on Fox YouTube page as you are watching the two-division world champion, Danny Swift Garcia, prepare for battle against Errol Spence Jr. December 5 on PBC Fox Sports Pay-Per-View. Danny trained as always by his father, the always entertaining Angel Garcia, who loves the sport of boxing. Danny prepared and ready to go 12 days time from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Don't miss it on PBC Fox Sports Pay-Per-View.
Hold on, baby. Hold on. Baby girl behind me.
I block that. No, I hope so.
champ, they forgot you know how to box. He's man with that.
Huh? Where you going? Where?
You better go kill people around.
Okay, Phil. See you later. Love you.
All right, bye, guys.
You were watching the Danny Garcia workout. We're going to talk with the champ in a few moments as he is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There you see him with his father, Angel Garcia. 12 days away from Danny Garcia and Errol Spence Jr. at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. All brought to you by Man Down Promotions, DSG Promotions, and TGB Promotions. It's a loaded card from top to bottom. Featherweights, Julio Ceja, Eduardo Ramirez. Welterweights, Josecito Lopez, Francisco Santana. Super welterweights with Sebastian Fundora and Jorge Cota. And then our main event with Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Swift Garcia. It all comes your way December 5 on PBC FOX Sports Pay-Per-View. Once again, we are here with the two-division world champion, Danny Swift Garcia. Danny, you look in impeccable shape. I mean, can you tell us about the fact that I feel like you seem to thrive during these big fights?
Sure.
Is this something that really gets the juices flowing and the adrenaline pumping for you?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. It's crazy because I've been the underdog my whole career. So when I'm not the underdog, I don't feel right. So I'm right where I want to be right now. I'm in my comfort zone.
Would you say that you fight better as the underdog compared to being the favorite?
I wouldn't say that. You know, I say I fight great all the time, but it's definitely the energy I like. It's the chip I like to have on my shoulder. It's like I'm proving myself all over again after so many world title fights and big events, and I have to prove myself again, and that's what keeps me going.
You fought more current or former world champions on paper than that of Errol Spence. Do you feel like your experience is going to play a factor in the fight on December 5?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I've been in there with some wizards, you know, like Eric Morales, he was a wizard. You know, Zab Judah, even though they were a little in their 30s, late 30s, but their experience was something you could learn off. It's like you're going to school that night. So I definitely been in there with some legends, and I learned a lot from them guys. You know, I learned a lot from everything, and everything I learned in my career was lead me to this fight.
Now, you were very close to potentially making it to the Olympic team in 2008. Do you feel like you don't get the credit that you deserve for being a very good pure boxer and a technician?
No, I feel like, you know, numbers don't lie at the end of the day. This is a numbers game. So when you sell out the Barclays Center, when you have a market, when you get millions of views, the fans see, the fans, you can't force the fans to like you. Like, no matter how much the media pumps you, and the media pumps you like a superstar, and the fans don't like you, you can't force the fans to like you. You can't force the fans to buy a ticket. You can't force them to watch you fight. And I proved that no matter what people say about me, they come to watch me, and my fans love me.
Well, the city of Philadelphia has certainly opened their arms to you. You are so proud of this rich fighting city. Can you tell us about what being from Philadelphia means to you, and what does it mean to be a Philly fighter?
I feel like if I wasn't from Philly, there would be no Danny Garcia, to be honest. This city has made me the champion I am today. You know, going down from the Joe Frazier to the great Bernard Hopkins, you know, all the great fighters from Philadelphia. You know, I just grew up in that old school mindset of boxing where you're real disciplined. You're taught to fight with your hands up since a kid. And I think that served me well, you know, mentally and physically. And the fact that I'm Puerto Rican, I have a whole nother arsenal of Puerto Rican blood and their great heritage. So I feel like I got the best of both worlds when it comes to boxing.
When you look at that, because I know you're proud of your Puerto Rican heritage, you've mentioned the likes of Hector Camacho, but does that give you extra fuel to be able to go out there and get that significant victory, that major prize fight win on December 5 against Errol Spence Jr.?
Yeah, I mean, this is it. This is it. This is the fight you got to win. This is for your legacy. So, you know, besides everything else, this is a fight that I have to win. And, you know, I've been here every day working hard for one goal, and that's just to win.
Can you tell us about the relationship, the bond that you share with your father, Angel Garcia? Because I don't think I've ever seen you without your father, and you guys have this father-son dynamic, fighter-trainer dynamic as well, but I feel like you guys are best friends.
Yeah, we definitely best friends. You know, we could tell each other anything. We could do anything together. It's just fun. You know, it's fun to have someone on your side all the time. You know, someone you could trust, and that's what we have. We have trust and we have friendship, and I think that's why it serves us so well.
You've been fighting before PBC was born back in March of 2015, but you've been such an integral piece to Premier Boxing Champions and the brand. What does it mean to you to be a part of PBC?
Oh, man, it's an honor. You know, since 2015, I believe my first fight was on Premier Boxing Champions. So it's been a great 5 years. You know, everything they promised me, they've done. You know. And, and now we're here, a big pay-per-view event 5 years later from when it launched, Garcia versus Spence, and it's great. I'm just excited to be a part of it. You know, it's a blessing.
I asked your father this, but I'd like for you to expound on this as well. In your mind, are you the hardest hitter that Errol Spence has ever gone up against?
No doubt about it. You know, he's been in there. I don't think he's never been in there with a fighter who could punch like me. Yeah, actually, no, he's never been in. I know for sure I'm one of the hardest hitters in boxing, period. So, I mean, anybody who steps in the ring with me, I'm going to be the hardest hitter they face.
Do you think the layoff is going to affect him at all? Because it's going to be 14 months since he stepped inside the ring against Sean Porter back at the end of September of 2019.
I don't know. Everyone's different. You know, I can't really speak for him because I don't know. That's something he has to figure out, and we'll have to see December 5th. I know I'm ready, and I'm ready to go, and I can't really worry about what he's bringing to the table. I have to worry about Danny Garcia.
Has training been any different for you because we are living in this new world of COVID-19?
Yeah, definitely. Training has been way different. I ain't gonna lie. It's boxing's a lonely sport, but during the COVID times, it's more lonely.
Yeah.
So even like going home, you know, it's like you can't have nobody over your house. You can't go visit people. You can't do nothing. So basically, there's nothing else to do but fight, to be honest.
So would you say that for you mentally, it's better for you to put you more in that fighter's mindset?
I would say, like, yeah, I would say if there's any time to fight, a big fight is now. There's no distractions. The only thing you have to worry about is not getting COVID. And if you're doing the right thing, you're not going to get it.
How much does your family motivate you? I saw your daughter around here. You know, she was watching you train, and she's so proud of you. How much does your family motivate you on a daily basis?
My family motivates me a lot. You know, it's been a long camp, and this is probably like the first or second time she come to the gym all camp. So it's definitely motivation to see her, and it gives me like happiness, and I'm able to hit the bag hard and hit the pads hard and see her in between the rounds. So it keeps me going.
The Philadelphia-Dallas rivalry is obviously apparent in football in the NFC East. Do you take any of that pride going into your fight on December 5, or is that just for football?
No, I take the pride of Philadelphia every time I step in the ring. Every time I step in the ring, the pride of Philadelphia is in me. So this is definitely a rivalry.
If Errol Spence is watching this right now, what do you want to tell him as we are 12 days away until your pay-per-view showdown?
I'm going to say December 5th, the Danny Garcia show's coming to Texas, baby.
Danny, thank you so much for your time. Good luck. We look forward to seeing you next week in Fight Week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Danny Swift Garcia joining us here in Philadelphia as the two-division world champion. Focused, determined, he's prepared, he's in tip-top shape. It is going to be a fight for the ages. History will be made on December 5. You do not want to miss it. We have a loaded card just to run down the card from top to bottom one more time. We'll begin the night. The WBC featherweight eliminator matchup. Current WBC featherweight champion Gary Russell Jr., but we will see an eliminator fight featuring Julio Sejam squaring off against Eduardo Ramirez. Then a welterweight matchup that is bound to have fireworks between Francisco Chia Santana and the Riverside Rocky Josecito Lopez. Then we'll go up to the super welterweight division, a WBC eliminator matchup featuring the undefeated 22-year-old who stands 6 feet 6 inches tall, the towering inferno Sebastian Fundora will take on the hard-hitting Jorge Cota. And then in our main event of the evening, Errol Spence Jr. will defend his welterweight championships of the world and will look to remain perfect as he will put those on the line against Danny Swift Garcia. You heard from the two-division world champion. He's locked in. You do not want to miss it. 12 days away. PBC FOX Sports Pay-Per-View. Thank you so much for joining us here on the PBC on Fox YouTube page. We will see you next week for Fight Weekend in 12 days' time. PBC on Fox Sports Pay-Per-View. It is going to be Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Swift Garcia for the welterweight championship of the world. So long from Philadelphia, and have a happy early Thanksgiving. So long, everybody.